There's an answer that is suitable for every time and every state. At times we have to increase the importance. At times we need arvut and the greatness of the goal, the greatness of the friends. Every topic we talked about is suitable for a specific time. The question is, how much can we go out to the backyard and play like grown-up kids and not play in the sandbox of the ego?
That's the magic of the 10. That because states change, because we're so different, we don't count on it. The Creator has built a building, a structure that has a mechanism that will remind each one. If we're 9 that forget, we're going to have one that remembers. And that's enough because he reminds everyone.
I think the remindment is never external. What does it mean to remind me that there's none else besides him? If I feel lousy and you come to me, it's the Creator, I will eat you alive. So I don't even think, I think it's something internal. The moment I do this internal work, I give strength to the friends internally so that they too will hold on to there's none else besides him. It becomes an internal connection instead of an external one.
We finally reached a state where each one has his own view and they're opposite. All we need is the Creator who connects it all with love above all the transgressions that are revealed on the path. How beautiful.
I just wanted to say that I really identify with what Shai said. Everything is important. Time, the greatness of the friends, another time, the annulment. There are many topics. Everything is important. And before we will sing, perhaps we should remember that there is Rav giving us the direction. And he can say today, make your friends envious, and tomorrow be envious of your friends yourself. And we have to follow the instruction that we get from our teacher.
The sign, I picked my head up and suddenly I saw what's going on. We're in the Congress with the whole worldly here, and all over I see friends smiling, and it's such a crazy generator that generates so much positive force that's felt here that doesn't matter. Let's try to squeeze as much as we can from this special state.
I also want to say something before we sing. Excuse me. What we need is exactly what Dudi says. This is what we need. This is what we need our whole life.
צדק ונורחי, ולכל צדק שנפתח נכנסת אהבה.
Sheila.
Question.
קטע מספר 8.
Except number 8, Rabash 1, what to demand from the assembly of friends. Everyone, please sit down. Except number 8, Rabash 1.
I now feel that we are truly in a new time. Men, wait up. What am I trying to say? The men are sitting quietly, organized, and waiting. The women are like an ocean. So noisy. What's going on? Well, I guess this is such a time. We never had such a time. Well, excerpt number 8.
A person should make an effort to obtain love of others. And this is called labor, since he must exert above reason. Reasonably thinking, how is it possible to judge another favorably when his reason shows him his friend's true face, that he hates him? What can he tell the body about that? Why should he submit himself before his friend? The answer is that he wishes to achieve dvekut, adhesion with the Creator, called equivalence of form, meaning not to think of his own benefit. Thus, why is subduing a difficult thing? The reason is that he must revoke his own worth. And the whole of the life that he wishes to live will be only with the consideration of his ability to work for others' benefit, beginning with love of others between men and men, through the love of the Creator. Moreover, here is a place where he can say that anything that he does is without any self-interest, since by reason the friends are the ones who should love him, but he overcomes his reason, goes above reason, and says, "It is not worth living for myself."
This means love is not that I am being loved, rather that I love the friend, despite his negative attitude towards me. And as much as the Creator lets me feel that the friend really hates me, to that extent I have more of an opportunity to disclose love to this friend and to justify the Creator that projects such a picture for me. Clear? How can we strengthen such relations in the group, and then the group simply becomes one whole love, because everyone hates everyone else, everyone covers this unpleasantness and the distance, and here this won't happen. Everything will be apparent. No one will be so uptight because from someone else. Immediately you see something negative, you cover it happily with love. You get something negative from a friend, you pass on love back to him. Okay? Let's determine such relationship in a group. How can we do it, please?
It's not that we love the friends in order to reach the Creator through annulling our will to receive. The love of friend eventually is in order to cut off the gap between us and the Creator, to cancel the will to receive, and then everything becomes so simple, so clear.
Such a beautiful excerpt by Rabash, what we just read, and really gives you the need to be thankful. The work is clear, it's felt, and it's clear what you should do. We just have to join forces to work at it, to put the things on the table, to increase the importance of the goal and the Creator, and just to work without being fearful and being thankful for these special moments.
This article is wonderful, and there is this cunningness of Rabbas who tells you that you see the true face of the friend. But a moment ago we said that we only see him as corrupted and the friend is the Creator, and all of a sudden he writes his true face. Meaning we have to treat what we see out of our own kelim as a gift, not to think that there's none else besides him. We have to see it, we have to live it, we have to feel it, and dare to do the work of correction, as Eran said. There's this little problem. If we could exchange the word love, because it doesn't really describe things correctly, all those words become corrupted throughout history, and we are talking about something else: subjugation, important sacrifice to the group, and exit myself. This is what love is. This is something that we do not ascribe to love in our mind.
I want to take the question and the answer to a practical place, not only theoretical, because if I try to relate to this state for a moment, out of the relationship between us and the feelings between us. This morning, a different friend, not Gershon, that we disagreed about something regarding the production. I still don't agree with him, and he doesn't agree with me. Meaning, either I just fold, or someone else decides. So I'm trying to understand, so what do I take from this state? What do I do with it? Should I accept it? Should I cover? Should I? I'm a bit confused here, and I'm trying to understand.
To what Dudi said, it is as if we're playing in a playground, and we have that thing that we have to let go of the bush that you're holding on above the cliff in order to reach the Creator. And this is our playground. So what will happen? What? The production will disagree. The kitchen will do whatever they want. Unlike real life, where it really scares us to annul ourselves. Here, you have this playground that you can annul yourself. You don't care.
I would say that we should, if I take the example of the production, I'm not sure that letting go or giving up my own view is what we're talking about. Maybe in corporate reality, I should fight for what I think is right, having nothing to do with the fact that we study Kabbalah. It's a production. But inside, I should always have this place that knows where it comes from, doing the opposite work. And at the same time, instantaneously, you're still doing this work of justification and seeing the Creator behind the friend and knowing that it's my ego activating me, but still you have to produce this and know that the kitchen should do the right work, but still it's simultaneous work.
John Gerson's excitement from this excerpt and all the other excerpts of our amazing teacher who left us something amazing. And it's even more stronger because of what's going on here and those texts. And the answer to Rav's question, how can we rise above hatred? It is here. It is here. This force is here. It's not an imagination. It's not something that does not exist in reality. It's here. There is a force here that can make each one of us easily to rise above hatred and still feel it. Hatred, not disagreement about something, rather real hatred, burning hatred to rise above it and love the friends. That force exists here. It exists in our Bnei Baruch. We have to think of how we can make it available to us constantly. It is something that exists.
To continue of Shalom cause, meaning being meticulous about the way we talk. It's not about the connection, it's finding someone who doesn't agree with me in the production or whatever. Maybe my coffee has too much or too less sugar. Doesn't matter. Love has to be love for the force called connection, the Creator. Yeah, we should love this privilege we have to connect, to be above this place and then to be His servants.
Love towards the friend means that I agree, I love everything he loves, I want everything he wants. And this is with respect to our advancement in the spiritual work, in our inner work. If we really look at it, then the most where we don't agree is how we can take it toward greater work, greater advancement. And these are things that we are not willing to let go of, because this is letting go of my spiritual self. And this is where I have to annul myself. I have to follow what the friend wants and to develop that and to see how we can implement it the best possible way, the fastest way, so that everyone will be in it and to include all the friends in it. This is what it means to love the friends, to implement the way they see our spiritual advancement and to implement it in the 10.
What I'm saying is, loving a friend, despite his hatred to me, you need tremendous force for that. Look at what we're saying. Loving the friend, even though he hates me. You know, and once upon a time, it sounds okay. But in reality, how can that be? How can we have such a force that can lift me from my state?
This is exactly what I wanted to say. I love the friend because he brings me closer to the Creator. He brings me closer to correction. If I wouldn't feel that he hates me, then I wouldn't be able to work. I wouldn't be able to turn to the Creator. We understand in our mind this whole process. We have such an emotional attitude towards it. And this is what we have to work with. This is what brings me closer. In those places, I think that we truly do come closer to the Creator. Before Shiovitz grabbed the microphone, I'm sure he will agree with me that everyone from his life can tell well, Shiovitz, I can't take it anymore.
No, I just let go after what you. No, what I'm saying is what you're saying is reasonable. Loving the friend even though he hates him, but what Leo said is unreal. Loving the friend even though I hate him. I hate this friend. He's stepping on me, and I step on him inside. But outside, I actually love him. That's like being schizophrenic. I don't understand. But we have the force to do it in the society. But how can you explain it at all?
What does it mean how you can explain it? If you wouldn't have hated him if the relationship wouldn't be important to you. You cannot hate someone you don't love. Love and hate is the same frequency, only the opposite. If I didn't feel something towards him, let's say someone on the street, you don't know him, you have no relationship towards him, no feelings, not love nor hate. This is the duality that develops between us. We understand that this whole reality is opposite in the wisdom of Kabbalah. You have to accept it. So if I wouldn't hate him, I wouldn't love him. So if I wouldn't hate him in higher degrees more and more, then I wouldn't love him more and more. Because otherwise, which kind of relationship can we have of love and hate?
I think we agree here, like the pegs you stick in the ground. We have this place we agree and we can fixate it. It can become a habit in society. This is the purpose of society. It's the purpose of the 10. The question is practical. How do we bring this to be the work instead of expecting a good relationship? On the contrary, the best thing may be to every time to find a dispute with someone. We're not going to generate it purposefully. You just have to try to connect. It will happen. You know, there's a verse about the small tendency, about the subtleness of the soul. If we look for this thread, we'll find a place to work.
So we are committed to avot. That's it. If we look at ourselves from the side, this is something we all understand. This is our nature, period. No one can get along with himself and survive in it. Rather, we simply have to recognize our nature and to be responsible for our situation. Otherwise, tomorrow it can kick me out of this place.
Exactly. Our arvut regarding the greatness of the Creator and what we should demand of each other. That's what I think. To demand and to commit to each other regarding the greatness of the Creator. That's what we'll give each other. Maybe that will give us this uptight relationship, because if I obligate myself to do it, but that's a covenant we have to do regarding the goal. That's what Dudi said. We're facing a cruel and vicious Rav. Okay, we have just a little time left for questions. Whoever's interested of asking, join over there. To the ones with the red hats.
So we have the two posts for question on the right side and the left side of the stage. So go there with written questions. And meanwhile, Rav Leitman, we're discussing throughout this lesson about how do we build such a system of relationship between us through which we cover all transgressions with love. So until we will have the first question. We do have the first question? Okay, go ahead. It's ready. Dudi, please. First question.
Добрый день, Рав. Максим из Москвы. Я стараюсь...
Hello, Rav. I'm Maxim from Moscow. I'm trying to justify the friends. No matter what they say, no matter what they do. But how to justify friends who left our 10 yesterday and disappeared somewhere? Perhaps they found some other 10s. But how can I justify this?
We are not a part, we are not in an ordinary society. We're under this wisdom, under this method that wants to reveal the upper force and the true reality. It's above our mind and emotion. It's a higher degree. It's opposite qualities. It's not qualities of reception, it's qualities of bestowal. And this is why we have to accept this method, as much as it sometimes seems ingenious, reasonable, logical, something sublime. On the other hand, we sometimes see it's completely illogical, and we don't know how we can use it at all. Now, if we want to advance, we have no choice. We have to take into account all these stages of guidance we are told by Kabbalists. Because I have to reformat my mind and emotion altogether in a new way. That's it. Because no one in our world with his qualities in the emotion and his mind cannot feel the spiritual world. Anyone can imagine, but we are talking about a person transforming his emotion and mind and heart, brain and heart, working according to a new quality, bestowal, instead of reception. What is bestowal? No one knows. In our world, there is no such a thing. We don't know these things. The only thing that was given to us, what was it? Something simple. Should you do such and such actions, even with your hands and your desire and thought, and Kabbalists tell us what to do, these actions draw a force from that level of bestowal. They're actually drawing the creator or the force of light. That's why we have no choice. We have to do what they're telling us to do. In your case, how many friends stood up and left? Some friends stood up and left. On the one hand, I should say, okay, they went. What can I do? If I could, I would run after them. Maybe chase them and bring them back. Well, they left. Maybe this is not their place yet. Maybe this stirs up questions in me regarding what am I doing here as well. And according to the wisdom of Kabbalah, if I'm on the path already, I should say, whatever comes to me only from the Creator. There's none else besides Him. And this is why, how should I respond to this? The Creator gave this to me to see these things. I should justify Him. They disappeared. I'll keep on working with what the Creator gives me. Well, we'll have a smaller group. Maybe new people will come. Maybe I don't really like them, or I do like them, or I don't. I accept these data as coming from the Creator alone, and accordingly I act. So it turns out to me that I'm always locked on the Creator, and whatever I discover in me and in the world, all of it, I see it coming from the Creator, and accordingly I very meticulously go and constantly come closer to Him. I force Him to be revealed by me constantly wanting to determine that there's none else besides Him, and that's it. They left. All right. Well, what can I do? That's how it's arranged. Why? I don't know. Sometimes it's a very, very, not according to my logic. So what? You know how many such cases? I had thousands and thousands of students, and they left. First of all, I have no bad feeling regarding these people, God forbid. Rather, they did what the Creator made them do. That's it. So, that's the way you should relate to it. Don't relate to a person, relate to the Creator. And regarding a person, you should simply... There are such that you don't work with them in a spiritual work. Some you do work with them spiritually. Keep them, guard them. But the Creator should be either behind the friends or between you and the friend. And also behind you. That He determines all of your actions, thoughts, emotions. He determines what you will see. He puts the friends before you, and He wants you to connect to these friends, and according to the extent that you connect to them, you'll be ready to connect to Him.
Next question, ladies, please. Hello, my name is Nicole. I'm from the Czech Republic. It's my first time in a Congress, and I wanted to ask.
Семинарах, вот, я когда стараюсь слушать, что говорят остальные, у меня мысли уходят вообще в другое, и я не могу сосредоточиться.
How to be present during workshop when I'm listening to everything that the friends are saying. My thoughts go in other directions. It's hard for me to be to stay focused.
I understand you. You're young, you're new, it's your first time in a Congress, and that's why it will pass. Just keep on, constantly keep on going. Be meticulous, be persistent. Just keep on going, and you'll see how everything becomes more clear, more transparent. The wisdom of Kabbalah won't be revealed because you meticulously study. It's because you take your part. You participate in the lessons, in the yeshivot chaverim, in the group, in the tent. Just be part of it. That's it. The fact you don't understand anything, or suddenly you can't keep your intention and you run away somewhere, that doesn't really matter. That's all right. That's the way it should happen. Good luck.
Shalom, wow.
Shalom.
我是来自中国的，第一次来的。
זה הפעם הראשונה שהוא כאן.
He's from China. It's his first time. His name is Didi.
Questo era il suo nome. 我有一个问题，就是说，如果一个人念佛在创作者上面的时候，他达到永世等同的时候，他有没有高低之分呢？
When people achieve dvekut, is there a difference between people who have achieved a degree of dvekut?
Yes, there are 125 degrees of adhesion. Suppose you discover 1 gram of separation between the friends, and you overcome it, so you acquire the first degree. 1 more gram, the second degree. 1 more gram, third degree, until you reach, say, 125 grams, and then you are in complete adhesion. Everything is measured according to the will to receive. A greater will to receive, you overcome. If it grows more, you overcome more. Grows more, you overcome more. That's the way it is. Here, you discover the minus, and here you discover the plus. Every time, and that's how you go 125 degrees. But starting from zero, truly, we are here in the beginning of the ladder. This is what we call the ladder. This is called a ladder. Why is it a ladder? Because you have 125 rungs of the ladder. That's minus, that's plus. And here is where a person rises, what is made of the minus and the plus, and when he induces a connection between them. Please.
是不是到达就是说那个阶梯的高峰的时候，我们就能够与创作者永世等同，再代表我们会离开这个世界了。
So if a person attains the highest degree, 125, and he is in complete dvikut with the Creator, and then what? You leave this world? You depart from this world?
A person leaves this world emotionally in this degree already, in degree number 1. If he moves on from 0 to 1, he's already feeling the upper world, feeling the Creator. Only it depends on what extent. Ubar, embryo, etc. But in the first degree already, in the last degree, this is called Gmal Tikkun, the final correction. I cannot say. I cannot tell you what that is. It's the complete correction, and we haven't yet reached it. I don't understand this degree, and I can't explain it. I'm not there. Well, ladies.
Hello, Rav. Hello, World Kli. Let's see, I come from the Turkish group.
Buraya geldik.
We are 12 friends from the Turkish group here.
Size ve tüm dostlara, Türkiye'deki dostlarımın sevgi ve selamlarını getirdik.
We brought here the love of the friends from the Turkish group to you and to all the friends from the World Kli.
Size sorum şu.
The question is,
Her düşünce Yaradan'dan ise
if all the thoughts come from the Creator,
aya nasıl geliyor olacağız?
so how do we come to a common single prayer?
A good question. That happens in a group where everyone has a desire to reach Arvut. Arvut is hitkalelut, it's integration, where each one helps the others and everyone helps everyone else. Then we come to, as much as I make these pictures, they all want to erase these. We build here a field, a force, a quality. And this quality, what we build, should resemble the Creator. The Kabbalists write for us. What does it mean to resemble the Creator? It means that everyone is equal. That each one will feel that he's lower than the others, and each one will have to increase the importance of the work, importance of the society, importance of the Creator. That each one has to make sure that everyone is connected. That. What else do we have over there? Well, more and more. Meaning the rules of the society. The rules of the connection. The rules of our connection. All in all, if we come to that, we build the network of connection between us, which will make him resemble the Creator. Equivalent to the Creator. That's what we do. That's our work. That's how we reveal Him. Meaning, between us, we have to take care of all the laws of the society that this action, the sum total of this action will give us the field that the Lord has blessed. That's the way we call it. That's it. More?
Good evening, Rob. My name is Ruben. I come from New Jersey.
זה רובין מניו ג'רזי.
And I'd like to ask Rob, we unite because we feel a responsibility. That's why we study Kabbalah. We feel a responsibility with humanity. Humanity suffers.
אנחנו מתאחדים כי אנחנו מרגישים אחריות כלפי האנושות.
So my question is, as we unite, we know that we have humanity, but in our unity, when we don't unite, when we have problems in the tens, how much damage do we make to humanity?
אז השאלה היא ככה, האנושות סובלת ואנחנו מתאחדים בשביל לעזור לאנושות, אבל כשיש בינינו פירוד בעשירייה, כמה נזק אנחנו גורמים?
נורא.
Terrible. Very big damage. Because the Creator puts us as a pioneer force. Well, the force, the first force before everything else. And the spiritual law is such that if we are here uniting, meaning here is Bnei Baruch, so all the rest of humanity may connect to us all at once. Here we have the people. It's clear, right? That's it. It all depends on us. If we will be connected, the upper light through us will pass to all of humanity. Everything depends on us alone. And in us, we have sufficient force and information and organization in order to be the primary part. We call it, this part is called Israel. Yashar Kel, straight to the Creator. If we do that, the entire humanity will join us without any problem. The only problem is in us to have the great potential so that they'll feel that we have it. And then immediately they will come, join, want. They will push us forward.
Thank you, Rob.
Please. I talked about it already, saying that the group that Abraham corrected is a group where 70 of the 70 nations of the world, they were in Babylon. That's why this group may bring light to the entire humanity. Now we're all joining together. We're gonna take one step forward, and that's it. We're gonna pass on through us. The moment we attain the spiritual degree, that same moment, the light passes to the entire humanity through us, and then there will be a great change all over the world. I highly expect it. Please.
Good evening, Rav.
Good evening, Rav.
My name is Louisa. I'm Nigerian, but I live in England.
שמי לואיזה ואני גרה באנגלנד.
We are 5 of us here from the virtual group, and this is our first time.
אנחנו פה 5 מהקבוצה הווירטואלית, וזה הכנס הראשון שלנו.
So, I have a question from the group.
יש לי שאלה מהקבוצה הווירטואלית של אפריקה.
How can one fine-tune oneself to the quality of the Creator?
איך אדם יכול להתאים את עצמו לתכונת הבורא? להתאים כמו רדיו, כמו שרדיו מתאים את עצמו.
כן.
Yes, of course. This is exactly how you do it, according to the qualities. It's the rule is the same, just like with the radio or the spiritual world. It's all the same. The easiest way to adapt oneself is in a group where you connect. In the group, you connect according to what Rabash tells us. These are the rules of tuning that we have with the Creator. That's how we should do it. It's very simple. It's not simple to do it, but to understand them, it's written in a very nice and clear way. And whatever you don't understand, you can turn to us. You'll get the explanation. You're welcome. Do we have more time?
Hello, Rav. My name is Arsini. I'm from the young group from Moscow. I have a question from yesterday. Today you asked us in a workshop a similar question. If in every state, good or bad, I remember that there's none else besides Him. In such a state, what does it mean to cleave on to the Creator?
To annul your ego and to be attached to what you feel that is coming from the Creator. That's all.
Просто ощутить и ничего не делать?
To just feel and do nothing?
I'm not going to tell you even one more word because it will confuse you. It's too early. Just think about it in the meantime. Read articles, think. Try to get accustomed to this idea, and later we'll talk. In a short while, Short meaning 6 months or a year. It may be a bit longer, but you're still missing what we call letters of the work. Meaning what you're missing is to be impressed in your emotion and mind of the words that are written in the books. More?
Next question is going to be the last question. You will have more opportunities today and tomorrow to ask more questions, but now it's the last question for this lesson. Hello, Rav. I come from Morocco. It's my first journey to Israel. I'm a part of the Italian group. And my question is, how can I cover with love all the transgressions when all I feel is hatred?
If it's in a group, all I have to understand is one thing. That's what I feel. The impression of each and every friend is not the friend. It's the Creator doing such a drill for me, an exercise for me. And what I have to do, I simply have to respond by reaching love. Any other questions? Well, may you succeed. Okay, beloved, before you come closer to the end of the lesson, we're going to explain what's going to happen in this evening. I wanted to remind, if you didn't notice, next week we're going to have Purim holiday. Next Thursday it's Purim. Usually before Purim, you get not the Agadot, I'm sorry, I'm confused with Pesach. You get the Megillah, the scroll of Esther, usually from a bank or something. So we also have the scroll of Esther with the Kabbalistic interpretation. We call this little booklet The Secret of Purim, Sod Purim, and it explains the inner story of what we read when we read the scroll. It's a wonderful gift if you want to give someone. One more thing, I wanted to remind you that last night we had a very special Yeshivat Chaverim. Bright ended it with a common reading. We all read together the book of Zohar. And I wanted to tell you that we have a whole series of Zohar La'am books, and Rav reads it every evening 6 to 7. You can find all these books in our bookstore. Today we talked about it, about the fact that we have to pass on this wisdom to other people. So we printed a small booklet with special excerpts that talk about the time, that this is the time to reveal the wisdom of Kabbalah. It's called Et Legalot. It's time to tell. And now we have a new book in Russian, The Degrees of the Rungs of the Ladder by Rabash, Volume 2. And I'm going to remind you books that we talked about yesterday. Why do people hate us? About anti-Semitism, holidays and roots, and Kabbalah and science meet.
I want to, this booklet, Why Are We Hated? I think we sell it for 10 shekels.
Yes, we did it on purpose, so it would be cheap.
So it sells for 10 shekels. Take it and give it away. It can really influence our future. Continue.
We shall do and we shall hear. So what are we going to have tonight? Tonight, starting at 6 o'clock, we're going to open the heart, the common heart we've built here for 2 days, and to expand it. To have such a great and loving embrace with all the light Rav has brought for us in the past 2 days, and we're going to add it and to bring it to other people. About 2,000 guests are about to come at 6 o'clock. Let's applaud. And they will be with us throughout the last session of the day, and now I'm going to explain how it's made, because we built it in a special way for them. First of all, who are these 2,000 people? They're very diversified. Some of them are beginner students in the wisdom of Kabbalah. Some people who are not studying at all, but I invited a friend from my workplace, or neighbor, or someone, an acquaintance, or someone who I thought it would be interesting for them to experience the wisdom of Kabbalah. That's regarding who the people are. The structure of this evening, it will be in general made of 2 parts. At 7 o'clock, we're going to start with Rav's lesson. Rav's lesson will start at 7 until 8:30. We're going to ask Rav to give a special lesson that will be aimed at these people who are joining us. The lesson will be made of 2 parts. Rav's lecture with some chosen excerpts, and questions and answers. In the part of questions and answers, we're going to let the people who came especially for this evening ask questions. We're going to wait with our questions and ask them tomorrow. After this part is over, we're going to move on to the second part, which is made of Arkady Duchin's musical show and with friends, and a special evening where all of us celebrate the awakening of the deepest point in the heart, the point of the heart. And friends, men and women will share their emotional stories of their life. So be ready for it, because the ceiling is going to blow up, because it's going to be so exciting and warm. What do we want? We want to share our warm heart with other people. As we come in from the recess and all the activities we're going to have outside, what we're asking you is to fill the tables. So what we won't have is holes in the middle, and more people will come, and we're going to have to force them go over here. So what we ask you is to fill the place like water, and be in a state where we receive in this ocean of love. We accept new people, and we'll all be like waiters of love. We're serving them, and we're welcoming them, and we're causing everyone to be very comfortable. Maybe someone came on his own. He just got this ticket and he's coming. He doesn't know anyone, but our love will make the Creator an acquaintance to this person. Eran, come over and please continue me.
Okay, I will just say that in this open evening, we're going to have a special area for welcoming our guests. We anticipate a great quantity of invited people. So if you don't have any guests, don't go there. Now, the bookstore, you already know it, and the souvenir shop will be open, including the archive stand. And you will be able to receive the pin and also give a spiritual contribution. And we're going to have an excellent, superb performance of the Bnei Chala band with more activities. All the details for the spiritual trip are at the trip stand. We're going to have dinner, and please clear the hall immediately after the lesson, after the song. Rav Leitman, give us direction for the break.
The main thing is to bring the Creator into the group forcefully, to simply, how? In all the relationship between us, share it with Him. Share Him both in the good things and the bad things. The main thing is to always try to hold Him, as He is the one who keeps, who's maintaining our thoughts, our relations, and He is demanding a response according to His existence. Try. You have to put Him in as a partner. It's not me and someone else. It's the Creator between us, and also behind each of us. If we can do that, if we can keep there's no one else besides Him, we will discover that's the way it is. Think about it all the time. And good luck. May you succeed.
משעבוד ולא מתוך תלכוד. אין ישראל יגלים לא מהטירוף, לא מתוך הדוחק ולא מתוך שאין להם מזונות, אלא מתוך 10 בני אדם שהם יושבים זה אצל זה, ויהיה כל אחד מהם כואב ושונה עם חברו, וקולם נשמע, קולם נשמע, קולם נשמע, קולם נשמע. הדוחק ולא מתוך שאין להם מזונות, אלא מתוך 10 בני אדם שהם יושבים זה אצל זה, ויהיה כל אחד מהם כואב ושונה נשמע, קולם 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 נשמע.
חברים, אז אנחנו עכשיו יוצאים החוצה לפעילויות בחוץ, גם להופעה, גם...
Okay, friends, we're going out to the musical show and to all the stands. We have a special Mac stand, a special Together in the Academy, a stand